Thank you for your time. My name is Lillian Muli. It's time for Fashion Watch. We're glad you're watching. Please use the hashtag Fashion Watch to talk to us. Send in your style-related questions. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. You could also talk to us using SMS number 22422. The Fashion Watch panel in studio every Saturday critiquing the week's fashion trends in the country and beyond. Annabelle Onyango. She is a celebrity fashion stylist and she is with us on Fashion Watch every Saturday right here on Citizen TV. Also with us is Robert Burale, who is an image consultant and a motivational speaker. He'll be talking matters fashion with us this evening. Also with us tonight, Carol Odero, award-winning fashion journalist, looking at the week's fashion trends, who wore what, who wore it right, who didn't do quite a good job, and of course your celebrity judge, Ian Mbogwa. He is a thespian celebrity judge on Tasker Project fame. He is talking matters fashion with us this evening. Let's begin with what was happening earlier today, and this is Daddy Owen's wedding. You know Daddy Owen, he is a gospel musician, and he wed the love of his life, Farida. Okay, I don't know why I said that, but anyway, he wed Farida earlier today. So this is the lovely couple. We're getting more images from that wedding, but their theme was white and pink. I want to start with Annabelle, because Annabelle, again, I'll go back to the wedding of the year. Annabelle, let's talk about this theme, the color theme, the white on the guys. I think the guys had pink shirts, some of them had purple, the groomsmen, that is. Let's talk about this look for you. And the feather, okay, let's hear from you. And his white hair. A lot of white going on here.
Yeah, I mean, we love weddings, Lillian, so we're always up to talk about a good wedding, especially a celebrity wedding. Congratulations, Daddy Owen, and your beautiful bride. I mean, I think Kenyans have really cottoned on to the idea of really having color-themed weddings. I think it's part of now our culture, where you have to have a color scheme, you have to give your guests some guidelines, or it's like the wedding didn't happen. I think white is an interesting perspective, actually. The pink, I think, is also interesting. I think it's odd that they chose for the men to wear that shade of pink. It's more like fuchsia, which is a really very feminine tone of pink. Also, I think the choice of having the feather brooch on all the groomsmen and on the groom, I think, was an interesting choice. Maybe not one I would make or one I would recommend, because I feel like it's a little too much. But you know, it's their day, so they're allowed to make the decisions that they want.
Okay, Robert, I want to talk about the theme, the color theme. Who has the final say at the end of the day? The bride, the groom. So I like my fuchsia, you like your white. We both want our colors going on, and then it might end up being a disaster or a circus. What do you think?
In every wedding, the bride has the final say, the man just pays. You know? And I agree with Annabelle. The pink shirt should have been a little bit subtle. I think it was a bit too much. Congrats to my friend, Daddy Owen, with you, madam. But I think the white thing is very good. I prefer people who push the envelope, because everybody's used to black or African.
But he was more in cream.
He was good. I'll talk about the other gentlemen. The white theme is absolutely fantastic. The only thing I would have removed are the feathers. That's it. But everything else is fantastic.
Okay, so Carol, what do you think about this look on this couple, and particularly the groomsmen, the groom, the bride? I think looks stunning, but then again, you may be of a different view. What do you think?
I'm curious to know what the bridesmaids were actually wearing, you know, and how it looked next to the groomsmen, because we're only seeing the groomsmen in isolation. Maybe if we see the whole look put together, it would make more sense. These are not colors I would pick personally for my wedding. I wouldn't pick pink. I wouldn't pick a white wedding for everybody to wear white, the groom white, the bride white. It's a bit much for me, but then again, it's their wedding. They can choose whatever colors they want, and I suppose there is a level where you have to allow people that kind of choice when it comes to weddings, because everybody doesn't really approve. There was so much backlash with Annabelle's black wedding. Even before people saw the pictures and knew how it was going to look, they already were offended by the idea of a black wedding. So, you know, it's a personal thing.
Yeah. And then, Ian, I see you shaking your head in agreement with Carol. Do you think white should be the bride's affair? Is that stealing her thunder on her big day?
I think it is, and it's not. I don't think it's right for all the men to be in white. If it's the groom alone. Let the others wear black. Let him stand out differently. That's what I would do, and then completely lose those feathers. And his shirt should have been a darker color, because all white together with his, I'm surprised the feather was not white as well.
And the centerpieces on the tables actually were feathers as well. So maybe that's what they were trying to go for. Okay.
They make a quite handsome couple.
Yeah, they do.
But I like the white. The all white one that Yohan, I think, is good.
Yeah.
So for him it
Complete
was
with the white hair.
Yes, white hair, white shirt. I think he pulled it off.
The men the other men should have been in black or something else. But like she said, it would be nice to see what the brides were wearing, the bridesmaids.
Okay, and it was a star-studded wedding, so Sauti Sol there and Nameless. So you get the impression that the wedding wasn't quite themed because the guests are wearing, you know, black and what have you. Let's talk about Sauti Sol. Annabelle has styled Sauti Sol, you know, for a long time. Tell us about their look. These guys really, really know how to step out. But one of them, they're not really going with a tuxedo look. So tuxedos for guests at weddings. Let's talk about that.
I mean, you see the two guys from Sauti Sol, Delvin and Bien. I think representing really how you should dress when you're a guy going to a wedding. You know, you become a man, I think, when you wear a suit or a tuxedo, and you honor the people that you're going to see get married. You know, Sauti, we've seen them pull some crazy looks, and they always look the best when they're just clean and classic. The other two, Nameless and the gentleman on the right, I mean, I think, you know, keep it
I thought that was one of them. I beg your pardon.
No, actually, I think the gentleman on the right is underdressed for a wedding. You know, a backwards cap for, you know, to attend somebody's wedding. I would actually shut them out of my wedding.
He's not wearing a bow tie, is he?
He's wearing something.
No.
That doesn't quite go. But yeah, I mean, I would say the boys, the Sauti Sol boys, have really sort of set the standard in terms of showing people, you know, you don't always have to look crazy. Sometimes classic is just the perfect way to go.
Let's talk about Nameless, his jacket. That's an interesting look. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, he looks good. I wish with the kind of jacket he should have had a bow tie. But the gentleman in a cap, I don't know who he is. I hope he's not a friend of mine. But you cannot disrespect people's wedding like that. And even the pose is like an American rapper who is just getting out of prison. You know, even how you pose in such a wedding especially, should show decorum and class. That is like he's going for a teens concert somewhere. So next time you're invited for a wedding of that caliber, and you see how everybody else is dressed, you know, you'd have thought maybe he was in the hotel lobby, he was just about to go to campus, and then he just bumped into his friends. So it's important to respect people's weddings and dress accordingly. So that was wrong. The Sauti Sol guys, absolutely fantastic. It's better than the sheets we have seen them wear, or the curtains. This is the look that they should be pulling.
Okay, let's move away from the wedding and see what else has been happening. And this is the East Africa Fashion Week. A lot of models, designers attended this. Let's talk about this black little number here. Carol, the lace, the structure of this dress, what do you think?
I love this look. You know, it's very simple, very clean, very minimalist. It's very difficult to wear lace and make it look both demure and sexy, and she manages to do that. You know, she shows off her calves, she has a pop of color, she has skin showing, which is really important when you're wearing all black, because sometimes people forget that all black can actually overwhelm you. And I can even see from here that she has beautiful glowing skin. And if she went for a fashion event, she definitely pushed the envelope enough to be somewhere in between being classic and being trendy.
Yeah. So this is a win for you, Ian, as well?
I love it. If only she had taken a bit more time to get that pose correct.
I actually like the pose.
Really?
Because it's not a typical girl pose. Maybe she was caught unaware or in between poses. That's why I like this
she
one.
hadn't finished the position. She hadn't settled down. But beautiful, really nice.
Who else was at the East Africa Fashion Week? Let's take a look. Okay, so I want to talk about this interesting white and Ankara look. Annabelle, tell us about this look. Do you like it? What's going on there?
I actually love this look. I think when you attend a fashion show, part of you going, the audience, the people who attend are also part of the show. You know, they're supposed to sort of represent fashion, wear designer brands, custom make their outfits. And I think this is a perfect example of somebody who's really thought outside of the box and given us a show. I love, of course, the Ankara print. I love the fact that she's paired it with, you know, a basic pant, and I think that's fashionable. I like it.
Okay. Robert, I want to talk about the broken suit there and how this guy has done it with the loafers and the pants and the jacket and the pocket square and again the pink. or is it fuchsia? Let's talk about the look on the guy.
Absolutely broken in every negative way. Because I know what he's trying to go for, the look he's trying to go for, but everything is ill-fitting. Even the length of the jacket, that's why we have drop 4, drop 6. So you ask for the drop of your coat according to your height and your body posture. Obviously he went for the wrong length of the coat, and the trousers don't fit too well as well, and loafers, if you're done linen, that's something different, but he's just right shoes, wrong outfit, and everything is totally broken, and he has not done the lady any favors, if that's his wife, which I think the way he's holding her, it better be his wife, but he's not done her any favors at all. So that's a look for me, with all due respect, is an absolute fail. Next time, just get the right length according to your length of the coat, according to your height.
Okay, but do tailors or designers know that you're supposed to do your jacket based on your
Yes,
height?
they do,
Okay.
but the problem is they're also in business. When the person insists, this is how I want it, then there's nothing much they can do. But there are tailors, if you go to, they will tell you, this will not look good, so it may not be good for my name, so I will not do it. But it's very, very important to actually ask for the advice in as far as the length is concerned, because now this looks like a small brother's jacket.
Okay, so ill-fitting.
Yes.
Okay, let's proceed. Still at the East Africa Fashion Week, let's talk about this. Is it a skirt? Is it a gown? Carol, tell us about this look. What do you think about this look?
She's a very beautiful woman, you know. She looks a bit like Cherian Chebet's younger sister for some reason too. See, it looks like she's wearing a dress and then she put the skirt on top. And I feel like the little blue thing that's on top of it is really distracting from the look, because the top is very beautiful, the fabric is beautiful, it goes great with the skin tone. I feel like she should have kept it simple, and this was a case of the designer trying a little too hard and too much for this look. Simplicity would have worked better. Yeah.
Ian?
Totally agree. It looks like she's wearing something and then she's wrapped a towel around her, or a sheet or something like that, satin sheet. No, it's wrong.
And then again, House and Fabric photographs, Annabelle, the glare on that blue, what does that speak about the fabric on the skirt and how it sits on her? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think satin can be a very tricky fabric to wear,
That is
especially when
satin,
you're going to
okay.
be photographed. But I have to say that I really like this look. I think this is a fashion girl's look, you know, it's different, it almost seems uncoordinated, but I think that's the statement about it. And I love the simplicity of the styling. She's pulled her hair back so that the dress is the statement, and I like it. There's something different about it. You're not going to go to an event and find somebody dressed exactly like you. You're going to be the only one. I like it.
And Robert, you're making faces.
I usually agree with Annabelle, but for now, I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree with you. I agree with what Carol says. It looks like there are two different outfits. Maybe she had the other outfit, then maybe she spilled some juice, and someone just gave us something to wrap around. And there's something she missed out on. She has very pronounced shoulders, which is usually good for a lady if you dress in a very good outfit. But now we are looking at the negativity of the outfit and missing out on one of her most strongest points.
Okay, what do you think about that particular outfit? And here again, there's a lot of fuchsia going on on the show tonight. So this gown, some of you might love it, some of you might think, nah, too much. I want to hear your thoughts, Carol.
I love this. It's so, I'm young and I'm 21 and I have a lot of time to make mistakes, and therefore I will fix this, you know, in a few more years. You know, the fuchsia works for her. It's a beautiful color. I love the design of the dress. It's just, you know, it's not something I would ever have worn at any point in my life, because it's not kind of my niche. But it's for her it works because she looks like she wants to go for something more feminine. But the problem is that she has a little too much going on. You know, the shoes and the clutch that she's holding, they take away from the dress. So if you're wearing a dress like this, you want to keep everything very, very simple. You don't even want to be wearing a necklace because it takes away from the dress. And it could have been slightly longer, then it would look more like a poofy mermaid dress. Then that would give it more of an avant-garde look rather than this, which almost looks unfinished.
And then Annabelle, this is the East Africa Fashion Week. Does this look wedding-y to you? Does it just work fine for the red carpet? Tell us about this look. What's it doing for you?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it in terms of structure or anything. I just think that it looks like a prom dress. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have a fashion perspective, and that's why I like the look before her, because I felt like that was a standout sort of piece that would represent a fashion community or a fashion person, whereas this just looks like a generic gown. She looks cute, but it's nothing I would wear myself.
Too much
I
for
think
you?
it's an absolutely fantastic look.
And that's because you do a lot of weddings.
Yes, actually, I would not advise anybody to go with this dress for a wedding. Especially if you have a good MC like me, where dancing is the key. You cannot dance very well with this. You know what I'm saying? So, I think
toot your horn. Why don't you?
I think
Talk about product placement, Bob.
you know what I'm saying? No, I think she looks fantastic. I don't think there's too much going on. If she walked into a room, and I think she would turn heads for the right reasons.
Ian, for you?
I like it. The only thing I'd lose is the purse, whatever, or clutch, whatever she's holding. That I would lose.
But all girls need a clutch.
But well, change it then to a darker color, not to have, not to match with the dress. That's the only thing I would change. But
Yeah.
I love the way she,
Okay, so what do you think about that prom dress? So again, those are Annabelle's words, not mine. So same event, and this is the East Africa Fashion Week. So she just chose to go with Ankara. Is it a bubu, a dira? The length, I don't know, it could be a shirt, I don't know. Carol, tell us about this look for you. What do you think?
Well, still trying to figure it out. Though I actually have to say that I like it on her, because it's more of a mature look. So I'm hoping that she's actually mature, because if she's not, then she's disappointing herself by wearing something that makes her look much older than she really would be. But I'm taking sign of her age based on her clutch, because that clutch, the way it is, the way it looks, it's kind of a clutch that a woman who's much older would carry. It's a dress that doesn't really show much of your shape. It doesn't have a lot of definition, and it can really overwhelm. So it's a good thing that it's 3/4 instead of a full length, because then she would just look like she's been swallowed by the dress. Yeah.
Annabelle, maybe you understand this look. Is it fashionable? What do you think?
Yes, Lils, I understand this.
Because like I said, the length is a bit confusing. We don't know if it's a dira, if it's a...
Well, I understand this look. I understand that this is a young woman who's wearing a classic bubu and updating it for 2016.
Okay.
The length, it's a meaty length, and I think that's the update, like Carol said. If it had been longer, it would have drowned her and seemed very sort of ordinary. And I love the fact that she's wearing a matching choker. I mean, I think that is, those are little styling nuances, I think, that make, you know, something that is maybe boring fashionable. And I would wear this literally every day. I love it.
Bob,
I love it.
She looks fine, but there's a mistake, a small mistake you can make that kills the whole look. What she's carrying, do you call that a clutch bag? That is what I would expect someone who's going for a job interview and putting all the certificates in there. I think it's a bit too big. The look is good. I think she's a mature lady, so for her look, she looks fantastic. But just that, I wouldn't even call it a bag. It looks like a folder. If she lost that, the look would have been complete. Just avoid such big things. It's just not right at all.
Ian.
I love the color. It's the length. The length is what is
too long?
confusing. Well, the midi, you know, in between, not long, not short. That's confusing. That's confusing.
I would like.
And it looks like she's gathered it. I don't know. It looks.
She's tied it at the waist.
It looks a bit big.
Okay, but what do you think about this look? Please let us know. We moved away from the guy in white. I really wanted to talk about the guy in white, but okay, let's talk about this guy. I see Robert nodding in approval. Okay, well, let's talk about, again, a touch of hot pink.
Of course, this is the kind of man who pushes the envelope. He's very comfortable within himself. But this is also a classic case of making an outfit according to your body. Definitely, he's well-toned. He doesn't have a public opinion, which is, of course, big on the stomach area. So I think he looks fantastic. And this is not normal for the Kenyan man. He is Kenyan, I know. And I just wish more...
Must be a model.
He's one of the best young MCs we have in this country.
Okay.
Yes. And they're just...
But my question is, when you have something like that, should you pocket in your trousers, or should you have pockets on it itself?
It should be on the trouser.
Yes, then that means this has got to be measured slightly higher.
If not higher, there should be a cut.
Yeah, the cut.
Yes,
it definitely
should have been a bit higher,
cut,
because
yes.
now it's being lifted too much. But the look, when you see a man dressed like this, and the black is just to tone it down, to say, hey guys, don't mistake me, I'm still a man. That's where the black comes in. But I think he's just a confident man who dresses confident.
Well, can I just jump in and talk about the pose, which I know is Robert's forte? I'm surprised he didn't mention it. If you have this kind of an outfit, it is better to just pocket one pocket.
Or
Don't
not
do
at all
both.
even.
Yes, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I know it's a strong masculine pose, like you'd probably say, but if you have something that's cut like that, it's probably better not to pose with your hands in your pocket. This would work if you have a shorter length top.
Annabelle, you look bored.
Oh dear.
What's up with that look? Do you not like it?
I mean, I think Nigerians have been doing that look for years. I don't think there's anything original about it.
Okay, so Annabelle, not loving that look. And so this white affair, I think, Robert, let's talk about white. There's all white parties, I mean, all white everything, and particularly the white and the red. But this is not a themed event. I mean, I don't know if there was a theme to this event, but this guy chose to go all white, including the shoes, with a touch of fuchsia again. So let's talk about this look.
Yeah, there's a craze about the all white, and I think Puff Daddy started it many years ago.
The all white party?
Yes, and we've picked it. But the one thing you must understand, especially if you're going to wear a t-shirt on the inside, your body must be well toned for that.
He looks well toned.
No, not that way. You know, it should be a bit toned, but a bit bigger in muscle. So then it brings
So you
out
should
the
be
look.
buff and ripped.
Someone like me, it's like me saying I'm going to wear a muscle t-shirt. Wear the muscles, you know. So I think I wish you'd gone for a different color shirt, not a t-shirt. But a man in all white is a statement of a man who is careful and confident about his hygiene. If you see a man wearing a white shirt, that's a very confident man. That's why most men go for dark colored shirts, because of the collar area.
But all white tends to work best if you get the right fit, because white can make you look bigger. So a lot of people might not know this. It can also enhance all your imperfections. So if you're going to wear white, then it means you have to get really precise tailoring. You have to get a really good fit, and you have to be sure that it works with your shoulders and with the length of your torso and with the length of your legs. If you don't get the right tailoring, then just stay away from white.
Ian, so what is the Kenyan look?
I don't
Annabelle
like
talks about
it,
Nigerian.
I'm surprised he didn't talk about the way he's standing. That's not the pose of a confident man.
Actually, yes, he does not look confident at all.
No.
Yeah, he looks scared, to be honest.
Yeah, he really does.
So that's definitely not.
Maybe it was an usher he was told.
Oh God, no, stop telling tales.
No, but honestly,
So
when we
you
talk
asking-
about Kenyan men, we know the women are really making an effort. But Annabelle, I mean, we know the Nigerians for really, you know, dressing the part. Our Kenyan men, save for Bob and Ian,
Present company excluded.
I mean, are our men fashionable? What is our distinct Kenyan style on the red carpet? Do we even have one? We know the Nigerians do their Ankaras and the well-fitted suits, but for our men, do they need a little bit of help, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kenyan men have been needing help for a long time. But I think, you know, they're getting there. I think watching this show, and just, you know, with the internet now, there's really no excuse for you not to be educated about what's cool, what's trending, where to get it. I personally like this. I think simplicity. If you're confused about what to wear, don't copy Nigerians or don't copy and don't ape. Just, you know, keep it simple, keep it cute, keep it classic. And I think this is a nice, you know, classic t-shirt, sports jacket look. We talked about pink being a little inappropriate, that fuchsia for men, but here he's just done a pop with the flower on the lapel, and I think, you know, that's nice. Don't do too much. Keep it simple.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, same event. An interesting high-waist skirt here with a high slit. Okay, Carol, let's talk about this look.
I love this look. Love it, mostly because it kicks Robert's butt, you know, because it's beautiful, it's sexy, and it has all the right elements of being covered up and showing off at the same time. And I love how she's coordinated the color tone and the scheme and how it suits her skin tone. She looks beautiful. I really can't even fault this look, and it's the right look for a fashion event. And I can even see that part of what she's wearing, I think it's a bodysuit, part of it actually you can see a peek of it at the bottom of the skirt. So that is, it's tantalizing and it's teasing you, but you also don't know exactly what it's underneath.
Okay.
Is that bodysuit or is that Hina?
It looks... Oh, no, I'm talking about her leg.
Yes, there's Hina.
No,
here
that's
as
Hina
well.
for sure. That's definitely Hina.
Yes.
Or she could be having tattoos. Who knows?
No, I think it's Hina.
Oh, come on. I hope they're tattoos. Go you.
Robert, for you, the conservative, this look, is it fashionable enough for you?
First
He
of all,
likes
there's
it.
too much henna, or if it's tattooed.
Please.
It's too much, because this is what Annabelle says, trying too much, if I may use your words politely. But she's a beautiful lady, covered well at the top. But just like Carol says, tantalizing, teasing. Who are you teasing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, not you, obviously.
Yeah, definitely not. No, what I'm trying to say is, and I hope this will be taken well, is that sometimes when you show too much, it kills the excitement.
not
No.
What is too much about that leg? Oh, come on.
No. But this is
no.
You see, yes, I've said it over and over again because that's what I believe. Now, what I'm saying, this is a pose. If this lady went to sit down, you'd see her struggling to try and cover up. Now, the moment you try, hang on a minute, the moment every time you sit down you try to cover it up, it means then you know very well you're uncomfortable.
But then again, you don't know that she would actually be uncomfortable.
Yes, unless you
then
personally
if you let it off like that.
unless you
then
personally sat next to her.
But she's an extremely beautiful lady
She
with a
looks
confident
lovely.
pose. I just wish, in fact, the more beautiful you are, the more you should cover.
God.
Oh my goodness. Can someone gag him?
Okay, Annabelle.
Yeah, I think Bob is sexist mostly. That's all I have to say.
The only thing is the color of the shoe. Is that the right color for that?
You're right, probably not.
No, the color of the shoe is
Would
wrong.
a sandal have worked better, Annabelle?
Yeah,
What
a
do you think?
strappy, Ian tried a strappy shoe would have worked just because she's so covered up on top.
Yes,
the balance.
Yes.
Okay.
But that color,
What do you think about this look? Hashtag is Fashion Watch. This is Antonio. So again, white all over Kenya. This white is really trending. Let's talk about this look on Antonio. So we know him for doing this look. He's been doing this look for quite a bit now. Tell us about
I think we've talked about this look before on Fashion Watch, and he actually took it in good stride. He thought, he had a great sense of humor, yes, about the whole thing. It's not one of my favorite looks.
Oh, these are
especially-
diaper pants that you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
soiled diaper. Not
Yeah,
just
Ian is
diaper.
the one who said soiled. But I generally, it's not a look that, I don't find it pleasing me in any way, because it's not a look that if I was dating a guy, I wouldn't want him to wear that. Let me just simplify it that way. Yes.
But then again, for Antonio Soul, who is in showbiz, Annabelle, who is in the arts, is he perhaps trying to make this his signature look? Is it trendy? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen this direction that he's taken. He probably has a stylist or a designer he's working with, and this is his style that he's fronting, and it's interesting. And like you said, it's about show business, about catching our attention and doing something different.
Okay, let's see who else was where. This is Wahoo, and she was performing at Kaleche's 40 by 40. Kaleche Mumo, radio presenter, turned 40, and she's lost 40 kgs. So good job, Kaleche. We're so happy for you. Let's talk about this look on Wahoo, Robert. The bow tie, the white.
The shorts, yes, let's talk.
Right. I wish he had, like a suit, nice trouser, white, with the bow tie and the shirt. She would have looked much better, to be honest with you. The top bit is fantastic. If she had pulled it off with a nice white trouser, high heels, and even the Michael Jackson fedora, yes, and I think she's done that before. I think she would have really pulled it off.
What if she just wore black stockings with that?
Just black stockings?
No.
And then
the way she is,
yeah.
but black stockings.
I think that
Annabelle
would have been
loves it when girls show off their legs. So I don't know if my opinion counts, but I think she looks amazing.
She does.
Yes.
I think she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can honestly say I've never seen Wahoo look better. This woman has had 2 kids, one just, I think, under a year ago. And this is a show. You can see her performing. She has a microphone in her hand. And this is, wardrobe as performance. And this is obviously a look that has been pre-planned. This is something that a stylist has come up with. And I think she looks great. I love the simplicity of her little boy cut. I love the cape that she's wearing. I think it looks like a fashion person. It looks like a star.
Carol.
I agree with Annabelle. She does look like a fashion star. She looks like all the things I've always hoped a Kenyan female celebrity would do and be and look like, and it looks effortless and it looks great, and I love her legs and they look fantastic. And if she would have worn the pants and the fedora Robert is talking about, then everybody would be talking about how she's imitating another artist instead of being original. This is what she should do, because she wants to dance on stage and she wants to get your attention. And really, look at her legs, duh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about Wahu's look? Hashtag is fashion watch. The guys are a bit more conservative. They want her a little bit more covered up. But we think she looks great. So let's take your tweets. Let's see what you're saying. Okay, there we go. Sauti Soul, as usual, know the swag. They really know how to dress. Daddy Owen would have gone for a black hairdo to break the white monotony.
No. Then he wouldn't be Daddy Owen.
The dress-up mix of the panel is delighting to the eye. Oh, thank you.
The check's in the mail.
Okay. Thanks so much for your time. That's all the time we had. We'll see you again next week. Good night.